Are we smarter than God? Our enemy, the devil. Isaiah, the major prophet, in chapter 14, verse 12, brings us into an illumination of who this devil is and who he was before he became the devil. His name was Lucifer. In Isaiah chapter 14:12, it says, "How you, Satan, Lucifer, how you are fallen from heaven, O day star, son of dawn. How you are cut down to the ground." This is Satan. "You who laid the nations low," verse 13, "you have said in your heart, Satan, I will ascend to heaven above the stars of God. I will set my throne," the devil says, "on high. I will sit on the mount of assembly in the far reaches of the north." Verse 14, "I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will make myself like the Most Highest." That is what Satan is saying. And authority-wise, as an angel, he was the highest of angels at that time. The Bible reads that he was so beautiful. He was in the Garden of Eden where the stones and diamonds. But after this, he spoke, God had other plans for Satan. And Isaiah tells us a similar story. He begins by giving a warning to the king of Babylon. Then, like Ezekiel, he describes the being, Satan, who stands behind the king. He gives 5 goals that Lucifer stalked out for himself. It is true, as the New Agers teach in this world system, that whatever the mind can believe, this is what the world believes, whatever the mind can believe, the mind can achieve. Lucifer is to be commended only for his ambitions. Let's take a look at these statements that he makes, he claims, in the third heaven. I will ascend to heaven. I will raise my throne above the stars of God. I will sit on the mount of the assembly and the recesses of the north. Satan is saying, as though he has power. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will make myself like the Most High. No small aspirations here. These cries of progressive desires are the yearning of cynical arrogance. Lucifer had already had the privilege of visiting the courts of the highest heavens to offer praise to God. Now when he says he wants to ascend to heaven, he means that he would like to take God's place. Satan wants to take God's place. He wants to sit on God's throne, if he could. He wants to ascend, not to serve, but to rule. He does not want to worship, but to confront. He does not want to obey, but to rebel. Little does he realize that this desire for the highest of all ascents will eventually lead to the lowest of all descents. He who had enjoyed the glories of heaven, Satan at one time enjoyed the glories of heaven, he will descend into the very horrors of hell. Lucifer longs for God's authority to rule over a kingdom. He was obsessed with having a dominion of his own. More accurately, he wanted to steal territory that belonged only to God. That's why he says, I will ascend above the heights of the clouds, which is God's glory is manifest in the clouds. We can read in Exodus chapter 16:10. This Shekinah glory represented the very essence of God's presence. Lucifer wants to be above the clouds, even above the glory of God, if he could. I will make myself like the Most High. Finally, his heart is revealed. He would be like God. He saw the glory and the honor that God received, and now he wants it all for himself. To be worshiped will be his consuming passion. Satan, the devil. I'll be right back.